Hi, my name is Tua.
Hi, I'm Leah.
So tell me about yourself and your career choice.
I am 20 years old. I graduated from high school in 2012, and then I went straight to a four-year school, the University of San Francisco, which is a private school straight out of high school. I only stayed there for one semester, which was the fall semester, because it got too expensive for me to continue schooling there. So I left, and then I took a semester off. I took the spring semester off just to work and to save my money for school. And then I came back and decided to go to a JC to continue my schooling, and I came here because of basketball. And I've been here for 2 years. I'm majoring in psychology, and I plan on staying one more year to finish up my GE requirements, and also so that I can play another year of basketball to try and get a scholarship somewhere at a 4-year. And then, like I said, I'm majoring in psychology, and my plan is to deal with children. I want to deal with kids, like a career with kids in like the medical field, or to be a counselor or a child therapist or something like that.
Why did you choose psychology as your major?
I chose psychology because originally I was a bio major, but that was not fun for me. I didn't really enjoy it as much, and then I tried out psych. I took a couple psych classes, and it was really interesting, and then I decided to switch my major to that. I don't know, I just like the way it teaches how the mind develops and like the body develops and like the different stages that we go through as we grow. So I thought that was really cool.
What classes are you taking for this major?
My first year here, I took general psychology. That was pretty basic. And then I took an intro to sociology class. And then last spring I took a human growth and development class, and that one just talked about how the body develops at each age group stage, and like how the brain develops as well. And that one was really cool. That was probably my favorite one out of all the classes I took for psych. And then this last semester I took abnormal psychology and social psychology. Those two were kind of similar. Abnormal psychology just talked about a whole bunch of disorders and like mental disabilities that people have, and then in social psychology we talked about like human interactions and how and why people, like the explanation for interrelationships we have between other people, and how our brain like functions in those interactions.
Have you had any experiences working with kids?
This last year, for a year, I volunteered at this daycare, and it was kind of like an after-school program, kind of. I worked in the day, I went to school in the day, and then I worked in the afternoon, and it was really cool because we pretty much like played with the kids, and we took care of them, and we did a lot of activities and taught them like basic things, and it was a really fun experience. I thought that was really beneficial to what I want to do in my future. And then in high school I also I worked a couple of years at the YMCA, because I started out doing volunteer work there, and then I ended up getting a job there, and that one also helped me get experience dealing with children, but that was more like with older kids, not older, like middle school, I guess. The job I worked with this last year, I worked more with like little kids, like kindergartners.
When do you plan to start your career?
I want to finish, so if I finish JC, my transfer requirements this next year, hopefully I can finish with my bachelor's within the next 2 years after that. And then I want to kind of get my foot in the door of like starting my career somewhat after I graduate with my bachelor's, but then I want to start getting my master's too, so hopefully I can start my career and sort of keep going to school at the same time, and then like really start my career after I get my master's.
So You said that you went to a 4-year. What's the difference between a 4-year and a JC?
I think a 4-year is kind of more fast-paced, I guess. I think with a 4-year, you like, there's more, it's like the college experience because you like live on campus and you like meet people that you end up kind of having relationships with for the rest of your life. But I mean, I wasn't there for that long, so I didn't meet that many people. But I think that going to JC isn't as bad as people think it is. Like, everyone always wants to go straight to a 4-year because it's like getting that college experience, but JC is not as bad as it is. When I was in high school, I kind of had that like misconception that like JC was not fun and JC was a waste of time. But I kind of wish that I went straight from the JC out of high school because I would have saved a lot more money and it would have been, I would have benefited more. My parents wouldn't have like wasted money from me going to a semester at a 4-year. So I recommend for people to go to JC instead of like going straight to a 4-year. But I mean, if you have the money, then 4-year is not bad. It just depends on your situation, I guess.
Since you work with kids, what advice could you give me since I want to start my own daycare one day?
I would advise patience, to be patient with them because they can get hectic at times and their moods kind of change like erratically. So I advise patience. And then I advise to like have authoritative, be like an authoritative example for them so that they respect you, but like don't be too strict to the point where they don't like you or they don't enjoy being around you. So just like have that kind of be an older example for them so they respect you enough, but still be fun. And I don't know, kind of try and like try to see from their perspective, I guess, or like try and come down to their level so that they can like understand you and have fun around you.
And do you have any advice for future students planning on taking your major, psychology major?
I would advise to not procrastinate, not to be overwhelmed with all the classes because they can be like, there's a lot of information that comes at you when you take psych classes, but not to be overwhelmed by it. Most of it like is similar to each other. A lot of the information that you learn from other classes you've already heard from like a previous class you may have taken dealing with psychology. So that's the cool thing about the being a psych major and like that dealing with that subject. But I just advise like in general for any class that you take not to procrastinate because that was my worst enemy, and to like keep focused in school and to not like wait last minute to do work because you're gonna regret it. And I don't know, don't waste your time here at JC. I mean, you can get caught in a rat hole and end up like staying here longer than you need. So just make sure you get your work done on time and get your classes out, and so you can get out and transfer and start your life.
Well, thank you for your time and good luck on your career choice or your career path.
Yeah.